So I grew up play fighting with my friends, you know, in kindergarten. We used to like fight in slow motion, and I always remember that it was super, super fun. And I also always remember that the teachers would scream at us so hard anytime that they saw us doing this thing. Because in their minds, violence is bad. Not necessarily, you know, like, hey, pause. Violence does not need to be bad, but violence is a skill. Violence is necessary. And so I always grew up like accidentally hurting my family just by doing the thing that a normal boy does, especially when he starts to get like randomly stronger and he doesn't understand his strength. It's a normal thing for a boy to learn how to master violence. It's actually very, very healthy. I think every single boy in their masculine journey should have a stage or stages or just like their whole life just learning about violence and how they can be strong for themselves so that they can protect themselves and protect others. So violence does not necessarily need to be a bad thing. I think it's very special. I started doing Muay Thai in March of last year, and I will tell you, it has helped me become a lot more confident and a lot more, did that hurt? I'm so sorry. It's helped me develop in that way. And when I tell you, my violence I think was dimmed a little bit in a sense when I was younger, because it is good to have this kind of male aggression, I think, and in modern times that's kind of stomped out of you because your teachers tell you shouldn't be like a regular boy or whatever, just you shouldn't be playing like that. No, don't play like that, don't go too far, don't explore, just stay here and sit quiet. And I think that a lot of us, many of us, most of us, the ones that didn't grow up with really a father much in the house, ended up falling for that shit test. And so I like to think that Muay Thai is one of those things that's like helped me a lot in my journey. I finally sparred today. So there was a lot of like conditioning days where, you know, you just, you know, like no padding, just hit, and then I'd get a bunch of bruises and it hurt so freaking bad. But I never actually got to the point where I was sparring, where there was no really rules and no whatever. You're actually just hitting hard and, you know, you're just like fighting pretty much. And so I was very excited to do this finally. I was putting it off for a while, but then I decided to stop being a little bitch and actually start doing the things. So I decided to start. So this video is for the guy who can kind of agree with what I just said back just now about violence and male aggression. And for you to take back your male aggression, I recommend you start sparring. And for me, I started with Muay Thai. So here's how you start sparring with Muay Thai. So section 1, what do you need? It's not actually that complicated. You really just need gloves, 14 to 16 ounce. Ask your gym, because different gyms have different ideas on what is allowed for sparring. Of course, shin pads, they have different sizes, of course. So if you like grew up like a little bit chubby and then you slim down or whatever, then you'll probably have bigger calves and you'll be stronger, so you'll need a bigger size. That's like one of those chubby kid cheat codes. Then you need the nut guard, and the nut guard is just like the sports guard. It was funny because I went to the store. I went to 2 different stores, and then on the third one, right before I walked in, I thought of my favorite quote in my head. This is so unrelated, but my favorite quote is "Be still and know that I am God." And so I basically just said, well, I'm going to manifest that there's a groin guard in this store, and then I went in and there was. So it was funny because when I asked the lady, I said, hey, do you guys have sports guards, like a groin guard? I do like sparring in Muay Thai, or like I'm looking to do. And she didn't know what I was saying, and then I said, oh, like, you know, sports guard, like, and I was like pointing to my nuts, bro. Hey, whatever. She understood and she did help me out, so that was really nice. In any case, you also need a mouth guard. Now I forgot my mouth guard today, so depending on your gym, you know, your gym might be different. You might know the guys, like I said, I've been doing it for about a year, just like the regular classes, so they do know me and they know how hard I push in the regular classes, so they know me well. So all you really need is, oh yeah, and some places require headgear and like those helmets. My place does not. So really you only need the groin guard, the gloves, the shin pads. Some people like wraps. I don't wear wraps that much, I will confess. And then the mouth guard, I don't know if I said that, in the headgear. So yeah, how do you implement that? You just go to different stores in your place. I found mine at Sport Check. Just go to your sports store and they should have what you need pretty much, or at least that's what I found. I also got my shin pads at this place called Classic Fight Shop. So if you have like an actual fight shop place, you'll have the best quality for the stuff that you should get. My shin pads are called Top King, and I believe my gloves are called like Everlast or something. So what did I learn my first sparring class? Because of course I like was going in thinking I was gonna get my ass kicked. You know, it wasn't like actually not that bad. So what did I learn? I learned something from every partner I had, because we did the regular class, the Muay Thai class that I do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then after that, then they have the sparring. And of course, I'm not just gonna show up for the sparring, like that's lame. So I showed up for both, and I learned something from every partner. So number one, he was going kind of easy on me. He was kind of giving me light taps. I told him he could go a bit harder, and then I thought, you know what, these kinds of guys, they're like really nice. Like that's the first thing I kind of noticed. So the first guy, I didn't really learn much from him except for the fact like literally knowing how to do the things. So he was going kind of easy on me, I think. I told him he could go harder, but also I'm sure that he was going easy on me because I think he knew that it was my first time. I must have like slipped it in there. So the second partner, he gave me a really nice tip too. He's actually one of my good friends. So I know that when I'm doing Muay Thai, I'm not supposed to look in the chest. But we were doing boxing only sparring first, and apparently when you're boxing, you're supposed to look at them in the eyes. So that's a different. When you're boxing, like towards upper body, no legs, then you should look in their eyes. And then when you're doing Muay Thai, you look at their chest. And when you look at the chest, you're able to see like full body panoramic vision, and it looks like you don't telegraph your next move, because if you're looking at where you're going to hit, then they know where you're going to hit, and basically that's tough. Then they'll just counteract that and they'll get hit down to the floor. So number three, I was finding it difficult to actually go in for hooks because, you know, it's kind of closer than like just like one of a jab cross. And so I asked my partner on the other one, how do I go in for hooks? And of course, because everybody's cool there, the first lesson I learned pretty much, he just told me that what a lot of people like to do is they like to do these like little light taps over here to get your guard up. And then once you have your guard up, then they go for the hook. They get like close by around there. I hope that like didn't make a weird noise in my mic or something. In any case, the fourth one that I learned, oh yeah, by the way, and then the third partner, I also learned that with hooks, it's also wise to do them while you're turning, while you're doing a little twist. So like, how would I demonstrate? Yes, I did just shower. So, ooh, can I grab my mic? Hopefully this does not sound. So I did just shower. So I'm wearing the little pajamas, but imagine you're the guy, you're the mic, you know what I mean? I'm fighting you, punching you, and then if I do a little hook, it's a hook when I'm turning to the side, so I'm able to actually turn to the side much. Let's put this back. Hopefully that made sense. So partner number 4, I'm actually gonna say last because he had like the coolest piece of advice, just something that really resonated with me and something that I just like to talk about a lot too. So I'm gonna save that for last because it's the coolest one. All right, number 5, partner number 5, he was going all out, more all out than the other ones. It seemed like with every partner I had, they kind of knew that I had gotten a little bit more accustomed, so they were going a bit harder. So what I noticed that true liver shots, they hurt. I'm pretty sure the liver's on the right side over here. The pancreas is on the other side, I believe. And yikes, they do hurt. Because like, although you don't need to stop moving, or at least I didn't need to because they were probably still going a little bit easy or maybe just strength or whatever. But what I noticed is that when you get a liver shot, you're like okay for half a second and then it kind of like goes around. By the way it feels like to get hit is like you had a glass of cold water as well as you had a glass of warm water at the same time. And then it like spreads out from where you just got hit. That's exactly what it feels like. So if you're wondering what actually like feels like to get hit harder, then that's kind of what it is. Oh yeah, I guess I also wrote down here in my notes. Oh yeah, another like quick tip, just write down the stuff when you learn the stuff. It makes you like actually learn the stuff. I think that made sense. Alright, anyways, so I felt someone like punch my stomach so hard that I literally felt it in my spine, and that happened a couple times. It was really a nice experience, even though it sounds like it wasn't. Trust me, it's like cool to experience that new stuff. Anyways, number 6, partner number 6, he really liked it. So what is a teep? I'll just quickly demonstrate because I don't think I've recorded it before. So a teep is basically this. That's it. Don't look at my feet, buddy. Don't look at my feet. Anyways, basically like a front kick. Reason I say the groin guard is so entirely important that you shouldn't skimp on the groin guard is because on one of the teeps, he ended up going a little bit lower. Just a little bit. And aside from this fruity video of me knocking on the groin guard, it's really good that you get it because he kind of went a little bit lower, and that's just kind of what happens. I'm sure that I was probably hit a couple times in the nuts and I didn't end up feeling it because I was wearing the groin guard. So do not skimp on the groin guard, bro. Trust. Oh yeah, and this partner number 6, he also kept trying to sweep me, and that means like take you off your feet and make you fall. So these are actually really nice, and the last time I ever did this, I haven't tried it in a while, but the last time I ever did this, I ended up spraining my friend's arm and he never came back. so be careful. These are one of the things that if you haven't gone through it before, you might be surprised and you might fall the wrong way. If you think you're gonna fall, well, just be heavy, and if that makes sense. Like, don't think opposite of light of a feather. Think I'm so heavy that I can hold my balance. Just hold your balance when you realize some guy is trying to sweep you, or who you think is the kind of guy that would. This guy actually told me I'm the kind of guy that, like, not me, but he said that I'm the kind of guy that likes to sweep people off their feet and make them fall. So I kept that in mind. All right, number 8. This was said to me just by the instructor, just because like he just, you know, I was doing it pretty much all right, but he just added another thing. So hold for kicks and absorb the hit with the arm that is inward. So don't kind of like push the kick out. If you're holding for a kick and somebody goes like that, don't hold it and like absorb the shot with this side. I forget what this type of holding for the kick is called, but sometimes there's this one, sometimes there's that one, but this one's good for heavy kicks. So don't absorb it with this arm because then you could miss and then you end up getting hit over here. So the point is that you want to hit it on this side and just give this side for extra surface area. So they end up hitting here and you cushion it with your whole arm like that, but then this is for extra cushioning, I guess you could say, after when it already does hit. And of course, this is super important. Keep it close to you and don't like tilt your head too much. Just keep it close to you like this. Some people like to tilt it the other way, but I like to kind of tilt it like this. And so when you hold it like that, you're able to maintain more balance and you don't end up hitting yourself in the head or hitting like this, because it like you get a lot of bruises in your arms and that kind of thing. So just be careful like that. So like I said, everyone there is really nice, and don't be afraid for the people, because the thing is, I think Muay Thai and a lot of martial arts is also a big thing with humility, as in like they can't have super high egos, and sometimes some people do. Sometimes some people will hit hard because they need to prove something, and that's the next thing I want to say. You don't have to prove anything. Just do it and just be a nice guy. Do it for fun and gauge how strong the other person is, and just try to learn new things and just have a great time. Pretty much, it's not too scary. So what was partner number 4 all about? Because partner number 4, he just stuck with me because I just thought he was a cool guy. Now, I had met him before. His name was John. He's a really nice guy. And what he said to me was, he said, don't let the hits rile you up. And I remember we paused and we kind of had like a nice little transcendent moment where he just said, just remember, you know, just don't let them rile you up. And for me, that basically means, remember I said, be still and know that I am God. Just remember to be present, kind of separate yourself, become the observer of the body, of the thoughts that are coming up. And that ended up just reminding me, because when you get hurt, and this is something I wrote down also, before you go to spar, when you get hurt, know that you're gonna get hurt, by the way. Know that you're gonna get the hits to come. That's another thing that John said to me. And what I wrote down was, expect the primal urges to fight back and completely obliterate someone to come up. Because you're gonna have the feeling to absolutely blitz someone when you get hit, because you get the feeling of, like, you know, the blood coming up, and you literally just, I don't even remember what it's called, I don't know what it's called, but you get something that's like really like angers you almost. And the thing is, you need to have the presence and like the at least like mental agreement beforehand and intention to like not let that rile you up, of course. And I think that this is like important also, like more men when they get older, they're able to control their emotions more. So yeah, anyways, just keep that in mind. The other thing that John told me was that Sometimes if you keep your guard up like this, it's kind of hard because you can't really see. Notice how you can barely see my eyes. Like it's a problem. So what he told me is you kind of want to try a V, and it's kind of hard, like if you have like a bigger chest. And the thing is, if you go down like this with your gloves, it makes it easier. So you can actually see, but they can't get their gloves in here, right? They can't actually hit you. And so the thing is, you can use that stillness, the observing, to, when you do get hit, go into flow state, just like that. Just be like this. Use the hit to get into the flow state and just observe what they're gonna do, right? That's it. So then, if you're going like this and you see them going for a hook, just go back here. Also, if they're going for a hook, hug your arm. I don't want to cover the mic, but just like hug your arm kind of like this, kind of like you're like answering the phone, because if they're gonna hit you, you don't want to have it like here and then you end up hitting yourself. It's the same thing with this thing. He said dig your knuckles into your forehead, because if you don't, you just get hit yourself. So that's also a problem. In any case, be ready to get hurt. I didn't really get hurt much, just know that you might. And I know, like, after class I was talking to some of the guys and they were telling me, oh yeah dude, like you get bruises, sometimes black eyes, sometimes anything. The most I got was like just like a little cut on my arm from like somebody was kicking hard, and so respect. So yeah, the last thing I'll tell you is to stretch. Now I'll put some stretches on the screen, my favorite ones. Literally I just do these, I do these every day. I did this like because, you know, training abs in the morning and then doing the weightlifting and the Muay Thai has been getting me tight, and I'm like tight, like I'm a little bit stiff when I move. Not really much anymore because I've been stretching. You know, when you're young, stretch for longevity. Oh my goodness, I cannot stress that enough. Plus you get better kicks, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say for you. Goodbye bro, watch this video.